Hey everybody, I'm just gonna wait a few minutes to see if I get anybody to come in. Okay, well, if anybody joins, they join at this time. I wanted to thank everybody or anybody who comes to watch my videos. Awesome. Thinking about doing this on a weekly basis, probably on Wednesdays, either Tuesday night or during Wednesday, during the daytime, so I can start doing some live. Essentially, all I'm going to do today is just chat with everybody, if anybody joins, and work on some diamond painting. So pull out whatever you're working on, and we'll do it together. So essentially, this is my tray full of diamonds for my project. Just a moment. I'm looking at something here. Hold on one moment, guys. Sorry. Even when I'm off for work, I am still dealing with work, so I do apologize. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. So I'll sit here for a little while and work on some stuff. I am working on the fairy. It's a pretty large one. It's a 42 by 125. So she is big. Alright, so basically what I've been doing is, because this is a round, I've been using my ruler here, which has helped me tremendously because I don't put things straight on canvases. So even my squares come out ridiculously weird because I can't do straight. So I've been working on this now. Now, need to remind you, if anybody's watched my other videos, you'll see that I haven't done any work in progress videos or anything because I don't like to work with my diamond paintings going live or in my videos because I don't see straight. So with my vision impairment that I do have, it's a little bit harder for me to do some lives. And if you guys notice today, I will have my head down. You might see it, you might not, while I work on this. I'm just going to get this lined up. Try to. Right. I'll work on this for a little bit, and then I may have to go and do a few errands. Just depending on how the weather holds up. In fact, give me 1 minute. Let me check. I think we're going to wait on the errands that I may have because of the rain. Alright. So I'm gonna start. I've been starting this with 310 because I've got like 4 big things of 310s for this. It's not as bad as some of the other ones that I've seen. So I can't complain really about the 310 in this one. But this one's got some really nice colors. It's got some 8Bs in it. Love it. So, if anybody's ever watched any of my other videos, I did mention that I was going on vacation and I did go on vacation to Texas. I am a consultant with Sensi, so we had a big conference, or we can call it Sensi Family Reunion, and so I went from July the 26th through August the 4th, and I was able to actually go earlier. The convention didn't start until the 31st, so I went earlier. I have a friend in Texas. We got to see each other. We had an awesome time visiting. So so I went to Texas. First night I was leaving my hometown here in Florida. So in case anybody didn't know, I live in Florida. My plane was supposed to leave at 7:14 p.m. Eastern time. And I didn't actually, it's a funny story too, because my mom was like, you better get there early so you can go through security, and then give yourself time. And I was like, okay. So I leave my house about 4 o'clock and get there a little bit after 4:30 to the airport. And as I'm almost near the airport, I got a text message from the airline company saying my plane was delayed for a half hour. So the new time was supposed to be 7:44 p.m. I said, okay, no big deal. I'll just sit at the gate, Then after I get in, because I have a vision impairment, I needed assistance in getting onto the plane, etc. So I go up to the counter, I do my checked bag, I go through talking to them, and they were ready to get somebody to come help me. And I had said that I'd be back because I wanted to go get something to eat. So this way I had something to eat while I was sitting up at the gate. And I go, and I come back, and the guy that was ready to call somebody for me to help wasn't available. So my mom and I went and talked to somebody else, and the lady didn't know what I was talking about. Plus, I don't think airline companies are actually trained to help and assist those with vision impairments, unfortunately. And it's sad to say that, because that's an ADA thing there. So the lady next to her was like, well, I heard them talking about it. All you need is to call somebody to get her and help her through security, etc., etc. So she did, and they were ready to get a wheelchair. And I was like, no, I can walk. I just need help through security and to my gate because I can't see. And I, finally go through security. By this time, it's already been changed again, my flight. while I was getting something to eat, my flight was delayed again from 7:44 to 8:15, I think it was. And I was like, okay. And then it changed. After I get to the gate, it changed again to 9:07. Like, okay, this is gonna suck, but okay. Now, this flight is one of two flights that I had to take. The first was from Florida to Dallas, and then the second was from Dallas to Austin. So by this point, I'm getting panicked and scared that I'm gonna miss my flight from Dallas to Austin. And telling my friend that she ought to just wait to leave her house because I haven't even left Florida yet. So she goes, okay. So finally, I told her, go, well, you might as well leave because by the time I get up in the air and by the time I get to Austin, you probably would be there because it's a couple of hour drive for her. And she's like, okay. I said, in the meantime, just because I don't know if I'm going to get stuck in Dallas or not, I'm going to call the hotel to see if you can check in on my behalf. Because if I don't make it today, and that was the 26th, I go, if I don't make it, then at least you have a hotel to stay at. She's like, okay. So in the meantime, my plane has changed yet again from 9:07 to 9:22. Go to find out there was some oxygen issue on the plane that was coming from Dallas. And I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. I have to wait. So when my plane got delayed again, I then decided that, okay, well, if I have to stay, I have to stay in Dallas. I might as well be prepared. So I'm going to get ready and I'm going to go look for stuff because everything was in my checked bag and not in my carry-on. Carry-on contained clothes, which was a good thing. My checked bag had like all my toothpaste, my shampoo, conditioner, everything that I needed to freshen up was in the checked bag. And if my checked bag wasn't going to be in Dallas with me, then I wasn't going to be able to have anything. So I'm getting ready to go get my stuff and and I look and I got another text message saying my Dallas flight to Austin was delayed. And it was delayed a couple of times too. So the first it said that it was going to be delayed until 10:30 leaving there. And I'm like, okay, good. Maybe I won't get stuck. But then in the meantime, my plane over here gets delayed even more. So in the same sense, I'm having a mini panic attack, just hoping that my flight here gets off and I actually make that connecting flight. And then I get another text message saying my Dallas flight to Austin was delayed again until like 11:30 was the last one I think it said. And I was like, okay, maybe I might have a chance. So I was supposed to have pre-boarding and someone was supposed to assist me on the plane. Well, nobody, pre-boarded me, which I was getting more frustrated and more ticked off because no one was pre-boarding me like they said they would. And so finally they're boarding the plane when it finally gets here to Fort Myers, Florida. nobody pre-boards me. So in the meantime, I am standing there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm calling my friend. I'm panicking. I'm freaking out. I'm telling her no one's pre-boarding me. And I was assured several times already at the gate that they were going to pre-board me. Meanwhile, they're done almost pre-boarding the whole plane. Or, I'm sorry, not pre-boarding, but almost done boarding the plane. And I'm just standing there waiting. Finally, someone comes and they said, well, you can board her, meaning me, but not to let me on the flight without an attendant there. So an attendant finally comes and she, from there on out, I was able to successfully make it on the plane. And then when I got to Dallas, as everybody is leaving the plane, I find out that my gate was changed in Dallas for my Austin flight to like 2 gates down in the same terminal, whereas before it was going to be in a whole different terminal. So I was able to successfully make my flight. In fact, what happened was they even held up the flight just for me and a few others that were getting that Austin flight. And they even upgraded my seat from being in the back of the plane to a preferred seating seat at no additional cost. So I was happy about that. So finally, I leave at it was probably about 11:45 or so that we finally leave because of everybody coming off this flight. And I go, get on the flight, we leave, we get to Austin at like 12 something. And hang on a second. What are you doing, Seth? So we get off of there, I get into Austin about 12:20 or so. And my friend isn't even there. It was about 10 minutes or so before she even got to the airport. So, they even helped me get to her car, and load up my suitcases, my 2 heavy suitcases, I should say. And then, from there on out, it was this nice, smooth trip until I have to come back home. So since Friday night, we technically didn't go to bed until 3 a.m. Saturday morning because we were just up catching up, talking, having a good time. And sorry, I'm trying to find another color here for. So we're catching up, we're talking. So I got a diamond stuck to the bottom of my foot, I think. So we're sitting there, we're talking, having a good time. And it's 3 a.m. So Saturday we get up, and lo and behold, something in my head told me to check my bank account to see how much money I had, because at this point I should have had way more than what it was saying. Go to find out, a previous hotel I booked and had canceled because it was free to cancel had ended up charging me. So I called the hotel directly, and they're like, well, we don't work with third-party sites. So note to everybody, if you go to Austin, don't book hotels through hotel.com or booking.com. Some of the hotels there don't allow for cancellations because that's supposedly their policy. So I told the lady when I called, she's like, well, we normally don't cancel through booking.com or hotels.com, a third-party site like that. We don't do cancellations. And I said, well, I wouldn't have booked the room if it wasn't free to cancel. So she looks and she's like, well, there was 2 other rooms, so 3 rooms altogether under my name, and 2 of them were canceled and 1 of them didn't cancel. So I said, well, I'm obviously not staying there, and obviously, as you can tell, if the other 2 were canceled, then I am not staying at your place. And she's like, well, we're going to bring it up to our manager and this and that, and you know, we'll get you a refund. And I said, okay, the problem is I'm at another hotel here in Austin in which I need the money sooner than you guys are telling me I'm going to get a refund for. So I'm like, okay. She's like, okay, well, the best thing I can say is to call your bank and see if they can get you a refund faster. I said, okay. So she couldn't help me in getting a refund faster than what I'm being told. So I had to wait for that refund, and I had to actually borrow money until I can get my refund back. Even though I had enough money in the account, I still didn't have enough for the basics for a few days while in one hotel. Because my plan was to stay with my friend. We were going to stay in one hotel. Then I was going to move to another hotel when she left to cut my costs down and make it cheaper. And split another room with 3 other people. And I said, okay. So I get to the next hotel, or no. So Saturday, I got the refund. And then this is why when I checked in on Friday night, late, like at 1 a.m., the guy was having a hard time trying to swipe my card. And he says, well, there's nothing I can do tonight. So by the end of the stay there, they were able to charge my card. End of story for that one. So Saturday, my friend and I went to go see The Lion King, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's amazing. You've got to see it. If you like the original, you'll love it. That's my little side note there. Then we went and got this amazing pizza in Austin called Home Slice, and it's a huge pizza, like really, really big. One slice is bigger than a normal pizza that you would get like at Pizza Hut, Papa John's, etc. So we stayed there. We watched the movie Saturday night, and then just had a good time. Sunday we got up and we went to another movie. We saw The Hustle, which was really funny. So that's another movie I recommend. And then we went and had dinner. And then we had, what else did we do? And then we went that evening to go see the bats off one of the bridges, because that's one of those things where people tell you it's a must see while you're in Austin. So I was like, okay. So we went and stood on the bridge and looked down and waited for the bats to come out. I later found out that as much bats as we saw, that's nothing compared to the normal. So this was cool to me. With the way that I see, it seemed like it was just a bunch of little birds. So, did that Sunday. Monday, I had reserved myself to go do a duck tour, which was pretty cool because they go around Austin, downtown, and then you get to go in the water after the fact. So that was interesting. So my friend left on Monday. I went to go do that. And then I came back on Monday night to my room. I had leftover pizza. And then Tuesday I got up. I went and did breakfast. Had, again, leftover pizza for lunch. Checked out of that room. Went and moved hotels and went to one downtown. Went to the next one. And then I got there and then waited for all the other gals to come, met with my director, met with some other peeps, and then from there, just hung out. And then that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I went right outside the hotel and had lunch. And then Wednesday night is when everything started, so which was cool because it allowed people who didn't get there on Tuesday to get there on Wednesday. And let's just say my very first Scentsy big convention done in the summertime was a big success. I came home with so much stuff that on Saturday night, the 3rd, when I was packing, getting ready to come home, I ended up having my suitcase so full that it was like 45 to 50 pounds almost, and I ended up dropping it on my foot. So needless to say, I ended up dropping it on my foot. My foot got so bruised, unfortunately. So that was not a good thing. So then let's see what color I want to do next. Uh-oh. Hang on, I just did something wrong. The wrong colors. So that's the only problem with this, is if you put the wrong colors in a spot, you kind of have to go back and you kind of have to fix it. So these were all the wrong colors. At least I caught it now before I had too much on it. Let's not gain any attention, of course. So I've got pieces here that I'm going to pull these off. Or try to. But while I'm peeling these off, I've got to peel these off too. Actually, I can move a couple of these over. Hang on. Straight. So I need to move. If I can get those on straight, which is I don't do straight. I can tell the difference between using the ruler and not using the ruler. I can do. Yeah, so this is me having a hard time and struggling. I'll figure. Yeah, I could peel them off, but that's even improving. Well, if it comes up like that, oh crap. If it comes up where it can, then I would. But even that's proven difficult. Okay. Sorry. So there's been some things going on at work. And it just sucks. So I do customer service for work, and we had just got a new process of doing our damaged and defective items for customers that call in. And well, we are to send all of these incidents over and report them, and we are being told that nobody is doing this correctly, and it's kind of aggravating, but whatever. So I'm fixing my mistake here. don't think I'm going to be able to get this ruler back on, but we're going to try and see if I can. Kind of go in. At least this kind of setting somewhere above and around. So now let's see, can I go through, put these in here. So, not the best, but it will work. So, get that back out of there. Okay, so let's try this again. So, there's it. I guess what I'm going to do is stop here on my live. So if y'all come back and, or if anybody comes and watches this on a replay, please like my videos, subscribe, leave me any comments that you would like to, if you have any questions that I can try and answer, I will. In the meantime, I'm thinking about doing some lives for my channel, and if you guys would like, let me know. What would you want me to do? Would you like me to do lives on Tuesday nights or Wednesdays during the day, kind of like around in the late afternoons, providing I don't have anything going on that day? Again, just keep me posted, let me know. I'm gonna go get my dinner together for myself. Maybe go run and do a few errands and get some things done while I have the opportunity and while it's not raining, unless it decides to start pouring down here in the meantime, while I get myself together to go. So, please leave me any comments, messages, anything like that, and I'll get back to you to the best of my abilities and as quickly as I possibly can. Have a great evening, everybody, and I will see you later.